Okay, wonderful. Let's get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hi, folks. So glad that you're here. Hi, Aspen. Oh, Richard's here. Greg, Robin. Hello. Greetings, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for being here today. Ah, beautiful. Okay, so we'll probably have some more folks joining, but while you're all arriving and settling in, we'll get started. My name is Cynthia, if we have not connected yet, and I am the host of today's event, the Virtual Tour of Intentional Communities, which is an event we're now doing twice a month. And today we are with Elderberry Cohousing, which is a rural senior co-housing community in North Carolina. So I don't live at Elderberry. I'm up in Vermont. Further north, we still have snow on the ground up here, which I'm sure they don't in North Carolina. And I also live in an eco-village intentional community and have the great privilege of doing events like this and teaching about community living, helping people find communities that are a good fit for them through my community matchmaking service. And I am going to start now with my screen share. I have a short introductory presentation to run through with you, and then we'll hand it over to Elderberry for their presentation. So let me see here. Okay. Okay. Can you see that okay? Good. All right, wonderful. Okay, so for those who are just joining us, once again, this is the virtual tour event with Elderberry Cohousing. And we are hosting this event on Zoom, so thank you to everyone who registered. Thank you to all of our members who are actually joining the physical Zoom event, but we are also live streaming, so hi to everyone who's watching the live stream on YouTube. You won't get to participate in the full event. We're actually going to close the live stream about halfway through when we do our Q&A portion. So make sure you sign up next time live to be able to participate. And for everyone on Zoom, I really encourage you to use the chat feature during today's event. Use this as an opportunity to learn, but also to network. That's one of the beautiful things about joining live is you get to connect not only with the community that's presenting, but also with each other. So if you wouldn't mind going ahead and finding that chat button now and introducing yourself, if you could share where you're calling in from. If you live in an intentional community, I'd love to know which one. That's always really helpful because then I can follow up with you about maybe being a presenter for the next virtual tour. And also just briefly, what do you hope to learn or get out of today's session? Are you somebody who's looking for a community? Are you thinking of starting a community? Do you already live in community? That would be helpful. So go ahead and find the chat and put in a little introduction. Oh, great. And Mary Kay is from Elderberry Cohousing. I know there's a few of you in the audience from Elderberry. That's great. Okay, beautiful. So while you're still putting in your introductions, I'm going to run through a few more things about the event. If you don't know, this event is put on in partnership with the Foundation for Intentional Community, which is an amazing nonprofit organization. They've been supporting this movement for decades. And if you're ever wondering, what's a nonprofit I can support, I really encourage you to turn to the FIC and maybe make a donation because they certainly could use all of the support. And all of these past virtual tour events are featured on the YouTube channel of the FIC. So again, a great resource. You can watch an archive of all of our virtual tour events from the past 3 years. And this event is also put on through my organization, Community Finders. I know we have a lot of members of our group coaching program in the room. So just offering that as a resource. Lots of great blog articles on communityfinders.com. I actually just published a fresh blog article this morning. So we're really committed to providing resources to support people on their path towards community living. Okay, cool. Welcome, AJ. While I don't live in an intentional community, I'm just learning about it, though I realized I've been searching for the words and concepts my whole life. Yes, excited to learn more. Great. Welcome. Welcome, AJ. Okay, oh, and last little advertisement here. We also have our virtual, or not virtual, our in-person tours of eco-villages and intentional communities. And I want to highlight for you a few that are coming up this summer. We have our France, Portugal, and Vermont trips. And through being a participant in today's event, we want to offer you a $200 discount code off any of our summer tours, and that's FIC 200. So very excited about these trips, and especially the one in Vermont where you'll come to visit the community that I live in here. And if you are somebody who's been researching communities online for a while and like attending these online events, but haven't yet quite gone and visited communities, these are all great opportunities for how you can do that. So again, the website for this is ecovillagetours.com. Alrighty. And our next virtual tour event is going to be in 2 weeks from now. So April 24th. We're now doing these events on the second and the fourth Thursday of every month. And we're going to have Heartwood Cohousing joining us for that event. Heartwood Cohousing is an intentional community in Colorado. They're actually the community that has the largest land acreage of any co-housing or otherwise intentional community in the United States. I think it's over 600 acres of land. So really beautiful, pristine nature, and they have openings for new members. So I'm excited to hear from Heartwood Cohousing in 2 weeks and hope that you'll join us. Okay. That's all that I have for you. So prepare yourself to give your full attention to elderberry. If you want to grab something to drink or something to take notes with, we're going to be together for the next hour or so. And as I mentioned, after our presenter, we'll have lots of time for Q&A. So drop your questions in the chat throughout the presentation, but know that we will get to them at the end. Alrighty, so without further ado, I'm going to give a warm welcome to Carolyn. Hi, Carolyn. Welcome.
Hi, thank you. It's great to be here.
Thank you so much for being here today. I'm really looking forward to your presentation.
Me
So
too.
I'll let you take it away.
Okay, so we're gonna share the screen now, and
yeah, hopefully it'll work.
all
We had
right,
a little
excellent.
before. Let's see.
All right. So my name is Carolyn Mongeau. I live here at Elderberry with my husband. We retired early, chose to move to, we moved from Philadelphia to right outside Louisville, Kentucky, built our perfect retirement home, and then decided, whoa, this is way too much work to take care of. And my husband had read about co-housing, and so we came to North Carolina on a trip and found, because it's sort of a hotbed of co-housing communities. We visited 5 different communities when we were there, which I encourage you to do. And then we decided that Elderberry was the place for us. So that's what got us here, and we have been living here and enjoying it now since 2016. And I just want to tell you a special thanks for all of you for being here today and doing the hard work, but the fun work of finding a community that suits you. It's definitely worth it. This is the entrance to our common house. I think probably most of you know that every co-housing community usually has a common house or a common area, sort of the community center. we call ours the hive. It looks a little like a hive, but also because one of our values is to be a beehive of activity. And that is what this is. It is our meeting space. It has a large kitchen, guest bedrooms, laundry room, space for exercising, crafts, watching movies together, or just sitting by the wood stove. Um, we're going to be telling you, or I'm going to be telling you about elderberry, but I really do encourage you to also go to our website. There we have frequently asked questions. We have self-questionnaires that you can do. We have bios of all of our members, past newsletters, blogs on subjects like affordability and why people leave co-housing. So I would recommend just spending a little time on our website. I took this picture last week at some time while our red buds were in bloom, but I particularly like it. This is right outside of our common house and looking at some of our homes, but I like it because it's sort of is indicative of what we're hoping to help you do today, and that is sort of choose the path that you would like for the rest of your life. The first question you want to ask, of course, is where do you want to live? And this is where we are. We are in North Carolina. We're in what they call the Piedmont area, which is right in the middle of the state. So we're between the Appalachian Mountains. So you can be thinking Biltmore, Asheville, Blue Ridge Parkway, and the Atlantic Ocean, Outer Banks, Kitty Hawk, Cape Hatteras, that kind of thing. And we are just north of Durham, about 20 minutes outside the city limits. And that is Durham, Raleigh, and Chapel Hill are known as the Triangle in North Carolina, the Research Triangle Park and things like that. But also you can be thinking of Duke University, University of North Carolina, NC State are all in this area. And what that also means, of course, is superb healthcare, a regional airport, and lots of things to do. So that's where we are. We have only 2 of our members who were born in North Carolina. Everybody came from outside the area. And our last 3 members came from Florida, Texas, and Massachusetts. So we're sort of a polyglot of places in the United States. The next question that you should have, and that we had, was, do you want a senior co-housing or do you want intergenerational? Co-housing for seniors was pretty new when our founders began to think about Elderberry back in 2007. And indeed, we were the very first senior co-housing community in North Carolina, and continued to be that until just a few years ago when Village Hearth Co-housing opened just south of us. So we, of course, say that we're senior, but we are kind of wishy-washy about what that is, and probably anybody over 50. Our current members are from age 62 to 90. This is our 90-year-old. She and her late husband joined in 2013. And here she is opening her birthday card from all of us to our eldest berry. So we have chosen to be adults only, but that certainly means that grandchildren can come visit. So the 3 folks who started Elderberry also started Potluck Farm Community, which is just next door to us. It is an intergenerational, intentional community that they started and then lived there for about 17 years before they realized that they wanted to do something different for the last half of their lives. So they decided that they wanted co-housing. And as you know, co-housing means that you live together, you share your values, you pretty much share everything, responsibility for the maintenance and the governance of the community while owning your own home. The only reason I'm showing you these values, you can see them online, is that when you go to a community, we really encourage you to talk to them and look what they say and do in terms of both their values and their passions. One of the things that our founders wanted was smaller homes and attached energy efficient homes. So this is actually 4 homes. This is our south quadruplex. This right here is our tiny house. This next door is actually Linda's house, who's also online today with you. This is one of the two-story homes that we have. They are the largest we have at 1,200 square feet. And then this is a fourth house over here. We have a total of 18 homes. They're all one bedroom. And we have 5 duplexes and 2 quadruplexes. One of the things that our people wanted was a simple design. And so though every single one of our homes is different, which is also a very nice feature, but they all have this is actually one of the homes that's for sale right now. They all have this large area that you can divide into living space, dining space. They almost always have the bedroom in the back, and then this is a large bathroom, and then the kitchen is right up front here. This house actually, the back of this house looks out on our dog park. So the other thing is the goal of our founders and also of every one of us who live here is not only to simplify but also to downsize. So this is our tiny house. It is 325 square feet, which is our smallest, but our largest homes are all 1,200 square feet. They also wanted handicap accessible homes. So we try to do that in the bathrooms and throughout the community. And we wanted to all live in a place where we could age well together, share the fun, share the work, share the management, and the aging process together and do it well. Okay, so here's another question. Do you want to live in an urban area or a rural area? We all chose rural. This is us sitting on the front porch of the log cabin. We have a 19th century log cabin because our property was originally an old farm. And so we have restored that and spend a lot of time there. We also, when the founders were looking for property, everybody loved the property that Potluck Community Farm has. This is their woods and the creek that goes through it. And so we were thrilled to become what is also the most rural co-housing community in this region. But though we're still rural, we want to be near a city and all the amenities of a city. So we're really about 20 minutes from the city limits of Durham, and we're probably about maybe 30 minutes from the Durham Bulls ballpark, which is where we took this picture. This is what Elderberry looked like before we built any of our homes, and so we were thrilled to get 10 acres next to Potluck Community Farm. And I should go back here because these are the trails that they agreed to let us use their trails, and we said they could use our common house. So we've had a lovely synergy over the years. This is the trail map. And I show you the trail map because way down here, this is our 10 acres. So this is Elderberry. These are the houses around the common house. And this whole area here is Potluck Community Farm. Obviously, many, many more acres, 100 or more acres. But their homes are on 3-acre lots. And so one of the things that our founders wanted very much to have happen for us was to live in a closer community. So we are also the smallest co-housing community in this region. And we love it. So this is a picture of us from the air, which if you're flying over or you get on Google, you will see. You come in on Elderberry Lane. This is our parking lot. This is the hive, our common house. And you'll see that it is surrounded by all of our homes. This is our south quadruplex, our north quad, and then the 5 duplexes around it. Over here on the side is our dog park. Down here are our solar panels. And then if you go down Elderberry Lane, we all just easily walk over there right now. And this is our large community garden that our folks share. And this is the wood shop where you can do any kinds of wood crafts. And this is what we call our forge, but it's really where we do most of the repair of our lawn equipment and things like that. So the next question is, how many activities do you want to have going on in your community? I mean, we love this area and we love to walk in the woods, but we also want to do some other things. We always laugh that not your usual retirement community, because we don't have a golf course and we don't have a restaurant and we don't have an activity director, but we do have lots of activities. I'll just run you through some pictures of some of our activities. This is our annual Lunar New Year banquet, and always lots of fun and a crazy time of lots of good food. This is our community garden. This again, the community gardeners have an amazingly fun time working in the garden, growing organic produce that they then share with each other, with the neighbors here at Elderberry, and also with a local food pantry. So picnics, gatherings around the fire pit. I always have trouble saying this. Monthly manly mending nights. So men and women come and do mending together. Repair cafes, lots of other events, both spontaneous or planned. And it's always worth it to us to check out. We have a beehive calendar to make sure what really is going on every day. We have Tai Chi in our central circle every Wednesday afternoon, weightlifting on Monday and Thursday. I actually got to do a bit of that before I got online today. Yoga is also on Monday and Thursday. We have a music night every other Monday night, plus, of course, all kinds of spontaneous activities and parties. And you can walk and hike any day you want. This is our annual pumpkin beer tasting. And I should mention here that none of these activities is mandatory. You can come to them if you want, but when you're living just a short walk from the common house, it is so easy to come spend just the amount of time you want to, and then go on home. So it's a very fun time. Of course, we celebrate Halloween, and at that time you can put on costumes if you want to try on a new personality. We always say that living in co-housing will definitely change you, but perhaps not quite in this way. This is one of Elderberry's best traditions, and Mary Kay actually started this when she came, and we have kept this up every single night. We go outside and just say good night to each other, or we celebrate something silly, like I think this was National Wear a Bow Day. But anyway, it's just a wonderful way to connect with all your neighbors and make sure everybody's doing okay. So I've talked about the fun stuff. Now I'm going to get down to a little bit of nitty gritty before I end. And that is, how much is this all going to cost? We really are strongly encourage you to ask any community what you go to tell you all about their finances and how it's all paid for. Because co-housing is expensive. You have to share the upkeep of the property, and so you really don't want to fall in love with the community and then find out that later that you can't afford it. So please do ask anybody. They'll be willing to tell you how much everything costs. But in the meantime, we are very, very proud of the fact that we are also the most affordable co-housing community in our region. So I'll just give you some idea of the cost of buying a home here. Littleberry, which is our tiny house, is on sale for $165,000. Sunbury which is about twice that size, is on sale for $217,000. Our largest two-story, 1,200 square feet homes have sold recently from $293,000 to $300,000. I will tell you that I doubt that you'll ever see a co-housing house for less than that. Um, it's just expensive to live in co-housing, and I'm sorry to say that. All of us want to be affordable, and we really, really do work on it here. Let me also, oh, and let me go back here because I did mention renting. You can, we have one renter who's been here 8 years, but I don't think that that's really unique. I don't think that will happen again. And so I think that that we will forever be home. You know, you will only be able to buy here. And yes, we do have mortgages. So let me talk a little bit too about the monthly assessment. Every community has that. HOAs have that. Again, ours is probably about half of what many of them are in this larger region. But what that buys you when you pay your $224 each month is the use of the hive, the common house commercial kitchen, the guest bedroom, entertainment space, laundry room, exercise equipment, etc. Um, the water and septic system is included in that. We have 2 wells here. Trash and recycling is included. Maintenance of the common house, our 10 acres, the exterior of your home, the parking lot and the road, and of course, reserve funds to replace and maintain community property. The other thing that we pay, of course, you would be paying property insurance and property tax, but the other thing that we all pay, of course, is our electric bill. And again, there we've been very careful to be as affordable as possible because we share the electric bill so that we don't each all have to pay a meter fee. So our homes are all electric homes. We have heat pump and air conditioning and electric stoves and etc. But our smallest home paid about $24 per month. That was the average throughout last year. And our largest 2-story, 1,200 square foot homes averaged about $66. So that gives you a little bit of the idea of what we do pay here. How do we manage to keep this place as affordable as it is? Largely because from the very beginning, Elderberry has been determined and designed for us to do as much of the work as we can, if possible. And also we do that not only because we want to keep active, it keeps our assessments down. And also one of our values is to learn as many of new skills as we can learn. So we are hoping that when you come, you will learn some new skills because I can tell you all of these people did. We have one work day that's regularly scheduled each month, and then we have pop-up work days throughout the month. We have a work planning team that we affectionately call the Swarm, and they keep track of what needs to be done. And like here, for example, cleaning the hive from top to bottom. We also do landscaping and maintain our landscape. And we really rejoice in the fact that we have beautiful, beautiful plantings that are largely native plants and pollinators, and we try to be organic with everything we do here. I want to point out that this is Mary Kay. She is also our treasurer, and she can explain during the Q&A some of the other things that we do to keep down our monthly expenses and reduce our resale costs and avoid any kind of special assessments. So, and I should say that when we work hard, we also play hard and eat lots. So we eat well here. So this is also part of how our life works at Elderberry. Now, quickly, how do you buy a house at Elderberry? You must complete our membership process. And I won't go through the membership process, but if you go to elderberrycohousing.com, go to the page that's called Buying a Community, and there is a link there to the entire process. Basically, when you have visited us and participated in a work day and a business meeting and are interested in buying a house and you become an associate member, you then can make an offer directly to the homeowner. No realtors are involved. we feel very strongly that it is most important that you feel comfortable living here and that we feel comfortable with you living here. We want everyone to be happy. So you absolutely must be a member before you can buy a home here. I'm going to just say one other thing. We are going to have an in-person open house on Saturday, May 3rd. And so if any of you are in the Triangle area, there will be open houses at probably about 11 different co-housing communities that day. I encourage you to come and see us in person. And you can always email me. I'm Carolyn, and that's my email address. But you can also always go to our website to visit us, to ask questions. And we would love to have you come experience our meetings, be part of our work days, and we want you to know what our consensus decision process is like in person. So again, I thank you so much for being here today. It's been fun talking with you. And please do contact us. We love to answer questions. We love to talk about co-housing, and we love to show you Elderberry. So thanks for listening, and again for being a part of this whole event. And now for questions. So I will get out of here and let Cynthia take it over. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much, Carolyn. I really appreciate that presentation. That was wonderful. Oh,
Thank you.
yeah.